They say that you can make anything look cinematic with the right shots, and to be fair, I have said this in the past as well, making any boring location look, for want of a better word, cinematic. I think I just found the exception.
I could have sworn there was a bench here at some point.
Have you ever gone out with the intention of filming something and thinking, I'm going to come away with something that's so awesome, I'm going to be really proud of it. You get to where you're supposed to be going to and you just slowly feel the inspiration just seeping out of you.
This is the most awkward way to do this. There's nowhere I can perch. Brilliant.
And at that point, the motivation goes from a pure 100 to 0.
So at the moment, I'm just going to find the Moment app, because I'm going to use the Moment app for this. And no, I'm not. I need to clear my cache. 385 gig. Alright, so one of the reasons I actually wanted to come out and do this video is because sometimes I feel like I get in this creative rut and I just want to come out and just film stuff just to try and get out of it. And I came to this spot because I've been before. It's looking back now, I mean not looking back, looking at it right now, it's actually kind of boring. And so I'm kind of thinking it was a bit of a waste of time coming, because I don't really know. There's not really much here to film. It's just a massive lake with a couple of bridges going across it. But it's just not really inspiring. But maybe that's my challenge. Maybe I've just set myself a challenge to come and film in a really boring location like I did before. I was in a car park and I was filming, trying to get shots and make a B-roll sequence that wasn't quite as boring as the location itself. And I just wanted to come out and I wanted to use the Hohem iStudy M7, which this video is sponsored by Hohem, but I wanted to come out and use this to just see how I feel about filming with my phone, because I always take my Pocket 3 or my action cameras with me, and I just want to do something a little bit different and see whether I can be more convinced to use my phone a lot more. And one of the reasons why I don't tend to use my phone for vlogging is because I don't particularly like to use the front-facing camera of my phone, but I want to see myself. But one of the benefits of the Hohem iStudy M7 is the fact that on the remote you've got a preview screen. So as long as you're in the centre of that, then you can actually see yourself. So you can film with the rear-facing camera to get the best quality. So one of the other reasons that I really like this window is because I've got privacy glass on my phone, and so I can't see my screen right now the way that my phone is rotated on the gimbal. So it's actually very useful having this remote so that I can actually see what I'm filming. Just do that again. It's just not the one. It's just not the one. Even though this place that I'm about to go to isn't one that is necessarily boring, it is one that I've been to quite a lot, and so I often feel that once I've been to a location quite a fair bit, it makes it difficult to have to think creatively about it when you want to shoot something and make it look creative. So it's why I always try to go to different places that I haven't been to, so that I look at the location with fresh eyes and think, oh, that'd be cool to film, or oh, that'd be cool to film. Because if I come somewhere that I've already filmed before, then it's like, oh, I already filmed that, so that's going to be boring to do again. But I'm going to try and get that out of my head, because I just want to show you how, if I was going to go to a specific location, what I would look out for if I wanted to shoot B-roll. And I think that would work better than just thinking, oh, this is a boring location, what can we shoot? So even though I would say that it's not the most inspiring location because it is just a park. There are little things that I would pick out in terms of if I were to do a vlog and wanted to just show the location and just get some interesting shots for the location, this is how I would do it. So the first thing that I'm trying to do is actually figure out what lens I want to use, because the first shot that I want to get is this one. So I'm at this gate here and it's got the location name on it and it's got a little sign, so I want to try and shoot that. And I'm just going to go with the normal, I say the normal lens, so it's the one that's like 24 millimeters. And the first thing that I want to do, because the light keeps changing, is I just want to lock my exposure, and I just do that by tapping and holding on the screen, and then that not only locks my exposure but also my focus as well, and then I can shoot the shot. Okay. I'm just doing it really slowly because I like all my shots to be quite slow. So that's the first one anyway. So the next one, there is a sign here, which I quite like. So it's just up here, and I'm just going to angle the gimbal up a little bit. And I'm going to lock in my exposure as well. Press and hold, so that's locked in. And I'm just going to, again, go really slowly. And kind of do, kind of like an orbit, I guess. Because I'm so cold as well and my arms are shaking, I'm actually going to set my shutter speed, not my shutter speed, my frame rate to 50 so that I can slow the footage down later, because my hands are shaking because I'm so cold and I don't have my gloves. So I've just switched to 50 FPS, whereas before I was in 25 FPS. And then in the edit I can just slow it down so that it smooths the footage out a little bit.
It's also worth mentioning that I'm shooting in Apple Log because I don't want the footage to look like phone footage. I don't want to colour grade it later on. So all these clips are going to look flat until the end of the video, where I show you what all the clips look like in their final state.
When I do shots in 50 FPS, I tend to have my movement a bit quicker because I know I'm going to slow the footage down. So that's also another good point of shooting at higher frames per second. I was also thinking as well, so for this, that's all right, for this other shot of, I quite like this path up ahead. And for this, because I can't see my screen because I want to get quite low, I'm going to extend the pole, and I'm just going to take this off actually, the remote, because I can't see. So kind of from here, just looking at the remote so I can see what the shot's going to look like. Just do that again. So I'm going to walk off up here and see what I can find. Because one of the other things that I like to do is get signs. So if there are signs in the environment, oh, there's a squirrel there. I bet it's going to run off before I have a chance to film it. If I get a little bit closer, I think it's going to run off. Yeah, it's going. It's gone. Never mind. Yeah, so there's a sign here. I quite like to film those and get a nice slow kind of panning shot of those. I like the signs being backlit sometimes. But basically, I'm using the remote again because I can't see the screen very well. And I'm using the remote to actually position the gimbal too.
The reason why I often do the movement one way and then another is so that in the edit I can choose which direction the shot goes, rather than trying to reverse it and having people walking backwards if anyone happens to be in the frame.
So here's another interesting thing, which could actually be good as a reveal. So this right here, I think I will shoot as well. Yeah, I'm just using the remote for this again because I cannot see for the life of me what I'm filming because of my privacy glass and because the gimbal is quite far down as well. I'm actually going to start a little bit further back. I'm not sure how many shots that is, but that's quite an interesting pathway. Okay, so this one I'm going to do as a reveal down, maybe in that direction or this direction, probably in this direction actually. Okay, I'm going to take the remote out again because I'm not going to be able to see what I'm filming, but basically I want to get a reveal where I start up high, and this is where the extended stick comes in handy, and then I'm just going to reveal down. So I'll do that a couple of times till I get the shot right. Actually, I can put that here, I can see it easily enough there. But starting up high and then let's do that again. And last time.
So for the next few shots, I won't bore you with going through every single one, but essentially I just go through the location and then I just look for interesting things, more interesting things to film. And when I find something, I will film it from different angles and different perspectives, just so that I have a bit of a variety when I then come to edit those shots together, and I can just choose which one I prefer and which one works best in the B-roll sequence that I'm putting together.
I still get strange looks when I'm doing stuff like this. Oh, that's a nice shot. I might just do that as a low walking shot actually. I think that could be quite nice.
So the reason why I flip the gimbal is because I'm doing a low shot and I want the gimbal to be more comfortable to hold, so this is a better position for if you're doing a really low shot.
Trying not to bob and just trying to keep, oh there's a squirrel there, trying to do the ninja walk, you know.
This would otherwise be a really long shot because I'm literally walking from where I started on the path all the way to the end. But sometimes I've had it where I've cut the shot too soon and wished I'd kept going. So now I just keep going right to the end, and then I can figure out in the edit how I want to speed up the shot or how I want to cut the shot together.
Okay, I've got one last shot because I'd like this to be a reveal. So I'm going to start here behind this little shrub, and that could actually tie nicely to the shot that I did earlier because you can see this statue just here. I could link those two shots together from earlier on. So start here. One more.
And just as I mentioned earlier, I'm doing my movements a bit quicker because I'm going to slow the shots down in post. So they're in 50 FPS and I'm going to slow them down to 25 FPS.
Just again, because I don't think I did that very steadily. My hands are so cold right now. It's time to definitely head back to the car.
And show you the shots that I just filmed.
Morning lights, new dawn, yeah, we ready for more. Breaking out new borns, driven by the allure. Facing life head on.